Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Oberstein, and I want to welcome you to Inside the Chiropractic Tribe. Today, I have our chair of philosophy. He's actually a Life West grad, and more than that, he's one of the finest human beings that I've had the pleasure to meet, Dr. Ankur Tayal. Ankur, welcome to Inside the Chiropractic Tribe.
Thanks, Dr. Oberstein.
We're sitting inside the historic D.D. Palmer office. This is the replication, and if you haven't been on campus, come and visit the D.D. Palmer, visit our museum where the D.D. Palmer room is. But let's jump into it. We've got some great questions for you and for our audience to learn more about you and what you're doing in chiropractic. So the first thing, Ankur, if you can just tell me or tell us a little bit about your experience in chiropractic, how you got involved in chiropractic.
Well, I graduated here in 2009, as you said. I was conditioned, if you will, to be a medical doctor, and I was going to be an orthopedic surgeon. I was full on, and I met a chiropractor at a career fair, of all places, in my undergrad, and she asked me very simply, do you know what chiropractic is, or have you ever thought about being a chiropractor? And I said, no. She told me what a subluxation is, 20 seconds, and I said to myself, wow, not only have I never heard that before, that makes a lot of sense, and I'm intrigued. I went down the rabbit hole, and here I am.
Wow. And that was in Canada?
That's it, yeah. No adjustment, no at least physical adjustment. It was all just an idea.
Yeah. So you got to school without ever being adjusted?
No, I shadowed her after that, and I got under her care.
Good.
Yeah.
And where was she?
She was in Kingston, Ontario.
Kingston, Ontario. I know that very well. I used to drive past Kingston from Detroit up to
course.
Toronto. So that's very cool. That's great. It's interesting how those crossroads just kind of happen, right?
Wild.
You know, it's like of all places, right?
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So why did you choose that? I mean, obviously you got inspired, but what was it that hit you, when you finally got it, I'm going to be a chiropractor?
Yeah, well, she told me to go to Life West, and that was a hot tip because that was in Ontario, and so our backyard had a chiropractic college. But I came here, I felt the love, I got the idea, and what I love about Life West is I really learned the rules here, the laws of the universe, how things really work, and I can't get enough of it. It's big.
Yeah. Was there a certain spot in your student life that the big idea hit you, like it just kind of went poof, it all kind of came together right at that moment?
Yeah, I mean
the big bang, right?
Well, that's exactly what it was. It's a little weird because I'm the philosophy chair now, but in the first day of school here, when they taught me the major premise of chiropractic, I was uncomfortable with that. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it until about a year and a half, 2 years in, when I looked at biology, I looked at chemistry, and one of the principles, actually, Principle 18, that says the evidence of life is shown in these 5 things that all biological things do. They assimilate, they excrete, they adapt, they reproduce, and they grow. And that, to me, was proof of the major premise of the innate drive to maintain homeostasis and to keep living things healthy and all of that stuff. It was just this crazy aha moment I had in about second year. Yeah. And it was awesome.
Yeah, it anchored you in, right? Ankur got anchored.
He got it.
That's beautiful, and I just think the viewers should know that we're going to be taping your class.
Great.
For CE. You do a class that's like, I saw it during your interview process when you interviewed. We have a lot of our faculty and they actually have to come and present a class on campus, and the class you did was a scientific validation of the 33 principles, right?
That's right, yeah. And I wrote my ACP thesis on that as well, and I'm hoping that we might get a chance to distribute that in the near future as well.
Great, because I was blown away with what I saw in that class.
Thank you.
And just keep a lookout for this because you'll see it on our online, and it's something you'll definitely want to watch. It's only a 50-minute or an hour, and it's unbelievable. Ankur, what's your vision for chiropractic in 25 years? Where do you see chiropractic?
Well, it's amazing. I practiced for 5-6 years before I got here, and it's just that nobody knows. Nobody knows about what we do. And if they just became aware, then the whole world would change. People would come in, they get checked, they get adjusted, they'd be free of interference, and things would just work better. So it's a simple concept of they just need to know.
Yeah. So 25 years. Can you see that happening where people know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's especially with the internet and everything else.
Exactly, and education. That's why I'm here.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And we're very appreciative of that. What's the one thing, I know there's many, but what's the one thing that you love the most about chiropractic?
You know what it is? It's the spark. the spark in the eye that you can see when somebody comes in for the first time and they don't have it, and then they get adjusted and they do have it, and you know that innate spark, that life is figuring itself out, and I love that.
Yeah. I think they call it the switch.
Yeah.
BG used to talk about the switch, right?
Yeah.
The switch going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a powerful moment.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. What's your favorite chiropractic word?
My favorite chiropractic word, I'll go with, since I'm in Dee Dee's office, I got to go with tone, because I'm feeling Dee Dee here.
To. I mean,
but no, you know what?
He's sitting next to you over here.
This guy.
You don't have to.
No, I'm a musician as well, and so tone resonates with me, if you will, and the idea that Dee Dee talked about of having too much or too lax of a tone in the spinal column or in the nerve system, that makes sense to me. And so there's a resonance, there's a frequency, there's a harmony, there's a coordination. Principle 32 talks about coordination being the principle of harmonious action, and that there's all these things as a musical man. It goes back to tone.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a great word. It's a great word. All right, our final question, and we do this with every person who sits in this chair. This is like our grandiose, exit. When you arrive at the end of your lifetime, and if you were to meet BJ, Dee Dee, Mabel, all three of them, it doesn't matter, or one of the three, or two of the three, what would you like them to say to you?
If I could get BJ Palmer or someone like him to say "attaboy," that's it.
That'll be it.
That's it. Just, hey, thanks for doing what you did, or you did a good job, or you did something to move this thing forward, that would be it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And second part to that question, what will your legacy be?
I'm in education now, and the whole idea of what we did in practice was so amazing. If we can replicate that and multiply that, that's the biggest idea I know, right? That's what BJ talks about. So I don't know if I can define that, but that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to create that opportunity for as many people as possible.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, inside the Chiropractic Tribe, we have many chiropractors that come on, a lot of them that speak at our Friday seminar, a lot of them that Ankur is the chair of philosophy at the college, and we are blessed to have you. I think the profession is blessed to have you, and what you're going to be producing with our students, really having fundamental chiropractic philosophy in everything that they do. And Ankur, it was a pleasure to have you inside the tribe. And stay tuned for our next episodes that we will have. And please look at the other ones that we've done. We have a great lineup. And stay connected to the tribe.